So we're okay as godly parents in that we are, we have got our view of God, not someone else's. But being godly, our need is for you to have your view of God, for that's the only way you can come. You can't just take on my view of God without it being real to you. So I am anxious, not uncomfortably, but joyfully anxious, desirous, to bring you your view of God and that it develop as it should from where you are and your point of view. Because of course I want you in life eternal, not just me. And I know that the way is for you to love your God, not mine, because in fact mine is not, my view is not perfected yet. So I have in mind that I am to help you come to your view of your God, for I trust with all my heart God will bring you through that way. And I do this not just with my children, of course, but with everyone I meet, ideally, because I care for them, ideally, my ideal, you might say, but you know, I help them to flourish in their view of God, that they learn accordingly. Right. Do I therefore also give them my view of God? Yes, but I don't insist on them having it. And it's not a case of membership of something. They simply are children like myself. We help and bless those whom we can. They're not accepted or rejected accordingly. We simply always help those that wish to be helped. This is our love. And we don't impose on those that don't wish to be helped, because they're not ready yet. So Jesus quite simply says, those who have ears to hear, let them hear. I've not come to save the world. I've come to be a blessing to those who wish to be blessed. So in a sense, my mum got the right idea. She didn't want to be mum to me. She wanted to be dearest friend. Okay, that actually came to the view that she wanted to be God, which was unfortunate, since she wasn't quite up to that yet, but she would have told you that. But do you see there was something right about what she was doing? She didn't want to be caught up with some worldly notion of a parent. I'm your dearest friend and you can always rely on me. I will always help you. Which is Jesus saying, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Loyalty. The very foundation on which all creation stands is a consistency, a loyalty, a reliability. Which religion is misunderstood by laws that are not loving. They transferred the integrity to mean law as opposed to mean love. Fundamental fault of religion, you see. Rules and regulations, which of course are totally worldly, as opposed to relationship, loyalty, love, dependability in that sense. Thank you, Dad. Yes, rules and regulations are worldly in that they're to make up for the fact that we don't understand the uniqueness of every situation and which principle should be applied where and how, and giving way to which other principle and what the harmony is between them. So we simply have rules, commandments, rules of thumb, which are serviceable, but not the perfection of heavenly full living according to what we truly value. Our values, you see, are principles, not rules. Rules are simply have to be obeyed and ideally therefore should be all consistent with one another, and they never are. Either because we're not up to making the rules, or rather because we're not up to truly understanding the principles, so we make do with the rule, which guides the ignorant, if you like. But in heaven we are not ignorant, we have the mind of God, access to the full understanding of all things, by His grace and goodness, I mean. It's not a case of rules, it's a case of values, which I still, broadly speaking, take to be homogeneous, the same, so to speak, for all of us. Weaker is to say in harmony, at least, with each other. Weaker still is to say not completely in harmony, for they are very creative and individualistic. And now it's more of a tolerance than a harmony. No, the word's grace, isn't it? We each extend grace to one another because we love them, who they are. If you like, despite the fact that we're not all consistent. And we do our absolute best to make this wonderful, because we so value fellowship, which is interaction of individual, unique persons. Not necessarily in full harmony, but abiding in each other's grace. A sort of grace, compassion, loving kindness, tolerance. Tolerance is a bit neutral. This is a warmth, a great desire to be a blessing to each other. Isn't that lovely? That is what heaven's about. The relationship of the fellowship of the host of heaven, the family of God, our Dad. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.